this. And here's the deal. It looked horrible. It looked sloppy. It looked like maybe a third grader wrote it without any great punctuation. Didn't look good. Visually, it didn't look good. But how about this? If you were writing down verbatim, with or without punctuation, what I am sharing with you today, so far, the conversation that we've had so far, how would it look? Yeah, kind of messy. Maybe like a third grader's had written it. Hopefully, you're not getting that impression from me that I'm third grade, Anyway.
A lot of dots.
Right, yes, and no periods, because, gosh, run-on sentences, that's the way we talk. That's the way we talk. Isn't it interesting how when we call someone with a business opportunity, we don't talk the way we talk? We start out with, hey, how you doing? And so on and so forth, right? Is that right? Let's work out a script based upon how we don't want to do it, based upon how you react when you get that kind of a phone call. Haven't you all gotten that phone call? Yeah. You're immediately asking questions, aren't you? When the question is, hey, this is Jim, how you doing? What do you want? What is this about? What's this about? What's this about? And so I wrote a script for the folks at New York Life that once I had an opportunity to explain my rules and the reasoning behind it, and I actually spoke it, then they said, how do I spell your last name? When they wrote the check. Okay, because they then understood how much it worked, how effective it would be. It was from that experience that I realized that I needed to change my business model. Here's why. I was charging a flat fee, and my script helped New York Life, their agents and New York Life. They stopped measuring it after they determined that they made above an increase of $50 million for New York Life, strictly because of the script, because they couldn't track it anymore. They couldn't determine how much of it was just due to my script, and then how much of it was maybe some other indirect things. And to me, that was no big deal. I just realized, wait a second, if I had said, when they said, how much did you say you needed for developing this script for us? If instead of $5,000, I said nothing, you're not going to make out a check, at least not today. Because I would prefer to not charge anything right now. I prefer to have you experience the results of this. And if there are no results, I don't deserve to get paid. But if there are results, I deserve to get a piece of the action. I deserve a percentage of the increase of what my implemented recommendations have produced. Yes? And so, even 1% on 50 million. But from that experience, I went on to say exactly that with my future clients, and it was 10%, sometimes less. And in 2006, I was worth $6.5 million as a result of that. So I proved as a marketing consultant, as a marketing guy, as a kind of a sales-oriented person, that I know how to make money. I proved in the 2 years after that I know how to lose $6.5 million. I can do both, man.
So we want to learn.
I can do both. You actually do want to learn how to lose $6 million. Because
brother.
you learn how to lose $6 million. You learn how not to lose $6.5 million. So I went in an 18-month period of time from watching all of the Seahawks home games from my own luxury 24-seat suite to losing my house in 18 months. I lost my house in foreclosure in 2008. I'm a leader. Because after that, everybody else lost their house too. It's the cool thing to do. Apparently. I mean, I don't like to take credit, but I started it. So anyway, so I go from I go from Paul Allen living 6 doors down from me at the stadium to not having a house. How do you do that? Well, really, the principle of how I got to be financially successful and then financially not so successful was the same. And then there's a thread of that feeds into how we're going to be successful with IWOE and producing a great script as well. It all works together. It's all the same. It's all the same principle, and that's relationship. Relationship is how I made a great deal of money, and choosing to lie after making a few bad decisions, lie to my wife and a few other people, and when I started losing some money, and then making some decisions that kind of like the decisions we've made if we've gone to the casino, and maybe we won $50 on the slot machine or the blackjack table or whatever. And we're thinking, I am the all-being master of time, dimension, and space. Because look what I've done. I could do more, and I will. Watch this. And then you either make a little more, or you lose a little, but you're still thinking, I did it before, I can do it again. Right. So what ends up ultimately happening, though, is you lose. The house, come on. Ultimately, the house wins. Otherwise, I mean, they're not running an orphanage. They're not running a nonprofit. They will win. And so, what happens is I wasn't using others. I began isolating myself when I had made a bad decision. Arrogance and pride, thinking that you're the king of the world because you've done this, is a really bad thing. Because you're violating the principles that got you there. Principles that got me there were working with others and synergy and being open and making others wealthy. I stopped doing that, and the results were predictable. So when we're developing a script, we're keying into relationship, and we're not going to do what someone does when they call us with an opportunity, which is, how you doing? Don't start with how you doing, because you don't really care. You don't care how they're doing. Right. They don't care how you're doing when they call.
You're right. You're exactly right.
If you get an opportunity call and the person says, how you doing? How about this? How about this? How about you say, really crappy? Really crappy. What do you think they're going to do?
You blew their script.
Yeah, you blew their script, so now they're not going to. They might say, well, I've got a great opportunity that might change things or whatever, so maybe it won't work that well. But anyway, don't ask what you're doing. Let's develop some ideas, since I didn't write all my outline out. Let's develop some ideas based upon what you don't want them to think or know about what you want to talk about, and what you do want. What you don't want and what you do want. Okay? So there's a line down the middle, what you don't want, on the left, on the right, what you do want. And you will develop your script from that. And it's going to be in your own language. So I'm not going to give you, here's what to say. You're going to know what to say based upon, say, 2 or 3 don't and do. And you will tell the person that you're talking to these things. You're going to tell them what you don't want to talk about. And you're going to tell them what you do want to talk about. what is iWowie not? What's the dirty little thing that we don't really want to say out loud that it's not? Come on, it's a 5-letter word, starts with an A. It's not, ends with a Y.
Ponzi.
It's a 5-letter word. There was a guy that was presenting. There you go.
There you go.
Sounds like.
Scamway. Sounds
There-
like Scamway.
I wrote up a few while you were thinking.
There you go. Yeah, yeah. There was a guy that I met at a restaurant or like a coffee shop or something, and I don't know how he could tell that I had a lot going on, and I don't know how I could tell that it was Amway. I'm not sure, but I could. I mean, I just knew it
Smells
really
like
quick,
soap.
really quick. And I asked him, "Oh, you sell Amway?" And he was almost embarrassed that I got to it before he did. And ultimately, he said this, and I just never forget this. He said, "Jim, you will be really successful in this business if you can get over 5 things. 5 things." And I'm like, oh, bring it on. What is it? He said, AMWAY. Wow. See, we don't have that problem with iWowie. We don't have the problem that if you can get over the name of the company, you'll be successful.
Right.
If you and others that you talk to can just, the name. Just, it's dirty, just we don't want to talk about it. If you can get over that, we don't have that problem, do we? And fundamentally, that's dishonest. We have to be dishonest about the name. And I said to him, actually, I think it's not that bad. I think it's not that bad. I think it's just the M. Yeah. Because Safeway has all those same letters, but they don't have the M. I think it's just the M. If people can get over the M, that's it. I was, of course, being sarcastic there. So, when we're talking to someone, do you have a minute? Is a good rule. Do you have just a minute? And yeah, maybe they're going to think, what is this? And that's great. That's fine. But you just don't want to say things that you really don't mean. You're not calling them to find out how they're doing. You're calling them with a great idea. You want to respect their time. So yes, it's important to ask if they have just a minute or 2. Do you have a couple minutes? Okay. So I do have something I want to share with you. I want to show it to you. That's important, right? Show. Make sure that that's in your script. Several times, 4 or 5 times, maybe more. Because why? That's being honest, and you want to show, and it's something to see. I can't tell you about this video stuff. You have to see it. Some stuff that's video, it's technology. There's a business aspect to it. I think it's something that you might use. All these types of things. Here's what's important in your script. Don't use punctuation. We're talking script. We're talking about something that you will, at first, probably be reading, but it's going to go so fast as you're reading it, because that's how you talk, and it'll feel so natural that soon you're going to be off that script. And you're not going to be obedient to that script either, 100%, because you are being who? You're being you. You're not being or trying to fit into this script that this script writer, this marketing person, wrote for you without your name and your personality attached to it at all. So it's your script, your personality, your relationship with this person. So if you haven't talked to this person, hey, look, of course I want to catch up with you. But you and I both know that the purpose for our get-together is just for me to show you something. Now look, I don't care. I really genuinely don't care if you get involved with this, if you participate, if you get on board. I was talking with Will about this the other night. Do not ever use the phrase sign up, at any point, especially, I mean, on the phone, it's a given. That doesn't even come on into play on a phone script. But the references to it should all change from sign up to what? Throw me some ideas. I've already given a few.
Work with me.
Align.
Not enroll. No.
Align,
Align with.
Come alongside.
partner.
Partner with, perhaps, but that still sounds businessy. How about get on board? Get started. Work with.
Come alongside.
Even join, depending on kind of.
Paul Paget says that a lot. You'd like to come alongside with me?
Come
Would you like to
alongside
align
is
yourself
great.
in this program?
Come alongside. I'm
Join's
looking-
over here in the big don't list.
I would tend to agree with that. It's just not as don't
Sign up.
as sign up.
Can you sign up? Can I get your email and have you sign up?
Yeah,
No.
I mean, listed in something, you know what I'm saying?
When I was selling,
Vacuum coming.
when I was selling insurance in the mid '80s, we were told not to tell people to sign on the application. I need you to sign here. That's, people freak out when it's sign or sign up. So instead, you turn the application with the pen and say, I need you to write your name right here. So easy. I just need you to write your name right here. Writing as opposed to printing, so they know they write it, and that's pretty much a signature, right? I need your autograph or whatever, but don't. Yeah, people. Somehow we are God put into our DNA. You must read everything if someone says sign, right? I don't know how that is, but somebody tells you to sign. I will, maybe. Let me read this first, But if you just say write your name, okay. I don't know what I just did. That's just. So, what have we got so far? You have 2 minutes. I want to share something with you. Okay, this reminds me. I want to tell you about this right now, and I'll give you 3 things that I can tell you right now, just so you know that this is not some kind of a bad, weird thing. But there's something that I can't just tell you about, and there's a technology and video component to this that I just have to take a couple of minutes to just show you. And I have no idea if this is something that you're going to get excited about, something that you can use in your personal or business, or if you know others that should see this. I don't know. But all I know is you just kind of need to see it for yourself, and this isn't a big salesy type of a situation. Right? Are you with me? Mm-hmm. Is this stuff you can say?
Yeah.
The key is don't lie. Do not lie. What my meeting with that Amway guy reminded me of is that back in the 60s, when Amway was exploding, it was corporate policy to boldly lie to people.
Mm-hmm.
And the main marketing thing was invite your friends over for dinner, and then you transition into the living room where there's a chalkboard, an easel, and there's some circles and some lines and more circles under those, fewer circles, and it was offensive. I thought you wanted me to just come over for dinner, And so from that, we had people never saying the name of the opportunity. And then Amway got such a bad rap for being Amway and selling itself as Amway. Kathleen, yes?
I was at that transition.
Okay, where they then couldn't say Amway because it had a bad rap. And then it was kind of cleaning up its act, and then during the cleaning up its act days, they couldn't say Amway because now we're cleaner and we don't want to associate ourselves with all that dirty stuff. So, in fact, there was a name change for a little while to Quick Star. Now it's back to Amway because everybody's forgotten about The old stuff, the old stuff. But you know, don't lie. You know, you won't get yourself in 30 years of trouble if you're totally honest. What is this? The name of the company is iWellWe. You can go online and check it out. But I've got some tweaks that I've made that personalize it for your situation to give you some examples of how I think that this could be of use to you. How's that? And okay, so then you just go to the appointment setting situation. Okay, how do you do that? How do you do it? How do you do it? How do you set an appointment? How have you set an appointment with someone?
Ask are they available. I give them two options.
Okay.
Are you available Monday or Wednesday?
Okay. Or are mornings or evenings or whatever, right? Pretty standard stuff.
John, tell him how you do it. How have we worked on that? How do you set your appointment?
Well, I'm pulling a blank in my head right now. I know for myself, lots of times I'll do something like, you work during the day, right? Yeah. What time you get home? So tonight I got available at 7. I also could be, it's something probably you and your wife should both look at. I got available at 7. I'm also going to be good at 6.
If you're talking to a business owner, you can go to their work.
Right, business owner's a different deal.
Yeah, you meet them in their office because this relates to their business. So it's the wrong time to meet them at home after their work, actually,
Right,
in that
if you're
situation.
in business, in that type
Yeah.
of deal, I'd say something like, are you usually busier in the morning or afternoon?
Yeah,
And then I'd say, great, so morning's usually working better for you. How about if I'm there at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning?
yeah.
We'll take about a half hour. I'll prepare some stuff for you, so you'll see the types of things that I see that you could use with this. And I think you'll see a lot more things because I don't know your industry as well as you do. I think you're really going to be excited about it.
Now, Albert had a frustrating experience yesterday. What was that?
I went out to an appointment that was set up by another person in our company, and at 12:30, I all sorts of stuff related to that. I didn't go out with my wife.
Yeah, you moved other things around.
Everything around, and I went there, and then the gentleman showed up that was scheduling the appointment, but his guest never showed up, never called him. Then I went to 2:30 to another one for the same guy, and 2 people were supposed to show up, and nobody showed up.
That he had set up.
That he had set up.
Oh, okay, okay.
And
That's,
so my appointments show up. because
yes,
I get what
our
he's-
conversation was a little choppy yesterday, so it wasn't
Yeah.
getting a lot of it.
Yeah.
The connection was kind of in and out. Plus, he was crying, so
It happens a lot.
I couldn't.
So you know what I say to Albert? Are you crying? I hang up. And then he comes back still crying. Are you still crying? And I hang up. And then about the third time he gets angry. Don't you hang up on me. Oh, now we can talk.
Okay. So angry cry is okay.
You gotta wait until he gets mad, and then he's good.
No, it is a frustrating experience, isn't
I had to
it?
wake him up.
It's a frustrating experience. So there's just that anchor at the very end, just the final part, and you put it in the form of a question. Your words, not mine. What I might say is something along the lines of, if something were to occur that would prevent us from getting together tomorrow, what might that be? So now the onus of responsibility of the excuse is theirs to tell you what their excuse could be. And if it's not, and so they're listing, they're put in the role of listing why they might not meet with you. And so if those things don't happen, then this meeting is happening, right? That's kind of what you're doing, and you're putting it to them. If we don't meet tomorrow, what would the possible reason be for, with your busy schedule, what could the possible reason be? Otherwise, we're good to go for tomorrow? Yes? Something like that. And with a question, it's a question to them. It's not salesy. I mean, they've just agreed to meet with you, and you want to respect their time. You tell them, I'm in and out in how long? That's just going to be different for everybody, and it kind of depends on your relationship with the person. But that last confirming question. So, what could you have done yesterday to make sure that appointment either happened, or if it wasn't going to happen, you knew beforehand that you weren't gonna kind of waste half of your day?
I guess, teach the gentleman how to set his appointments.
How to set his appointments, and then you, if you have the phone number of the person you're gonna be meeting with, you could call that person yourself.
The guest or the person that's setting it?
The guest.
Okay, yeah, I didn't have that at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, you will next time.
Yeah, you will next
With
time.
that gentleman,
Because
I
you don't
will.
want half your day to be gone. Yeah, so when Joe is gonna set an appointment with me for John, I ask Joe what John's phone number is. And I give John a call, and I just tell him I'm looking forward to seeing him. I'm not sure exactly what Joe told you, but this is going to be quick. You're not going to be sold anything. If you want to get involved in this and participate in it and all this kind of stuff, it's going to be up to you. We don't care.
So
But
that's something
I'm
that-
looking forward to it. So you nail it down yourself. If you're the presenter, you have to nail it down. You got to nail it down. You have to nail it down.
So how is that practical when you have like 900 people that you're working with? I mean, a lot of the people, nobody else that I've dealt with so far has set up an
Yeah.
appointment. That doesn't happen.
Yes.
Typically, it's there and I go and I'm in. But this one person, and I was trying to make it general so that everybody learns. That's why we're recording it, so we can send it out to the team.
So how is it practical when you have 900 people kind of in your organization?
Yeah.
Well, it's practical like this. Your half or more of your day
Okay.
was wasted
Mhm.
for you. Not for the person that didn't show up. They were busy.
Yeah.
But you were busy waiting and going to appointments that didn't happen. How's that practical for you?
That's not practical enough.
So the time invested in getting that person's phone number texted to you, which you can, most phones you can just now
Yep.
touch that and call them. That's a heck of a lot less time
Yeah.
than the time you were waiting for a meeting that didn't happen.
We need to create a process, is what he's saying. I'm saying there's a process.
Just a quick routine that everyone just, it's like a little add-on that you tell everybody that's gonna set an appointment for you. Just, I'm gonna call you and I'm gonna get that phone number from you of that person if you don't just text it to me. Please text it to me when you set the appointment so I can call them too.
Let
makes
me
sense.
speak to what Jim's saying. How many of you guys have had a life insurance agent come to your house? Sell your life insurance, right? How many times those guys call you? 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna be there
nail
on
it down.
Tuesday.
Nail it
Hey,
down.
you know what? Next
Nail it
Tuesday I'll be
down.
there. On Friday, hey, I'm just confirming Tuesday's appointment. On Monday, hey, I'm still coming over. Just want to make sure everything's okay. Those guys are busy. They got to see 100 people
Yeah.
a day to get one.
Yeah, that's right. So one possibility, just saying, is that could actually be done with an email to the person that you're going to be meeting with.
That's what I was gonna ask you about.
With I don't know, is there
Can we
technology
get an
where you
alert?
can
Put a video in
is there
it.
technology where you can put video in that email?
It'll actually
Because that would be so exciting.
It'll actually let you know when they watch it.
So how about this? I got your email from Joe. I just sent you a quick email, and I'm looking forward to meeting you tomorrow. He clicks on his email.
That's what I was gonna ask you, is there anything wrong with doing that?
No,
Because
not at
of
all.
the-
It's
Because of the
using
type
your-
of business
your
this is,
product.
you guys just talking about meeting people, because of the type of business we're doing, I'm already telling the person that this is a technology thing, so what's wrong with me sending?
I'm using that
Is there anything
technology.
wrong with me sending out an email?
I'm just saying.
You know?
I did.
Now, I could charge you all $5,000 for that idea, but instead, please just give me 10%.
I'll sponsor you.
Too late.
Yeah, I was gonna send an email.
Okay. I already set it too late to write up the contract, so it's now all yours. It's all in the public. So has our time been well spent?
Yes.
Talking about this.
Yes.
So Jim,
Yes.
I'm assuming you're already in our week.
What is Iowa? Yes.
I was just also.
I had what I call a divine appointment with my new friend Albert over here. We apparently have some mutual friends. Mark Kester walks in. We're buddies from Life Center in
okay.
Tacoma,
Oh,
and
sure.
we have lots of
Yeah,
mutual. Yes.
Yeah,
Union.
I
Yeah.
like with it, yeah.
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 So I'm in good company. This is interesting. I don't know if, Will, you knew this, but I signed up with IWOWI a couple years ago. Well, I actually didn't. A friend signed me up
You got
to
the
be,
free account.
someone's other side. I didn't know much about it. There were conference calls and stuff like that that I heard about. It just wasn't the right time, right place for me at the time. But as a marketing consultant who's now transitioning into being a full-time writer and speaker with a blog, this technology now, right time, right place, perfect. So.
And I almost walked out the door because he was eating and doing work, and I was meeting with a group, and I was walking out. I was done with that meeting.
Yeah.
I thought, I'm gonna go sit next to him.
Good times, good times.
God does this to a lot of people,
Yes.
but Albert,
Yeah.
Don't talk to him. I was like, okay.
before you step down, tell him thank you. Give him a round. What I'm standing here because we're recording this.
Yeah.
What I'd like to say is that, folks, we're a team, and Jim stepped up to help the team, right? We've all got strengths and skills, and there are others that I'm meeting, and I joined up with the Eastside Business Association, which is a networking group. They network groups, right? And I'm going to request that he becomes one of my guests and comes because he has a valuable skill. He understands how to communicate to people and teach people to do what they want to do. So, if you don't mind, do you see what I wrote up there? Bridge, qualify, explain, and close. Have you seen things similar to that in your
Yes.
trade? Folks, how many times have you heard me stand up here and say, hey, Jim and I in front of you, let's do a little role playing to help you guys learn. You guys always want to hear this, and this is something that a lot of times in networking you don't get. Direct sales. At Wowie is different, all right? We want you to succeed. So in doing so, bridging. Well, what do you mean, we'll bridge? Let's bridge Jim. Hi, Jim, I just met you. How you doing, man?
Good.
Really great, Even though he says, how you doing, we're bridging him. We just met at, the coffee stand like Albert did. Albert bridged you, right? He came over and said, hey, are you a businessman? Are you a business coach, right? That's a bridge. So what are you doing? What are you interested in?
Oh, I'm doing a lot of stuff. I'm writing. I have a blog. I'm a professional speaker. I speak on the topics that I write about, but on marketing occasionally.
Cool, okay, pause. So, what information did he just give you that while he's talking in the back of my head, you guys need to imagine that you've got a row of bleachers. And every one of those bleachers has got a little cheerleader that's going to help you. I've got ADD, not the cursed version, the version that I got 25 TV screens going at one time. So with me, like him, wow, this guy's a writer, he's a businessman, he's an entrepreneur, he likes people. All this stuff was going in the back of my head, right? What he's doing is he's developing his need list. What does he need? Right? Well, what are we doing? Providing a need, right? Providing a release to the need. So we engage in our bridging conversation. Wow, what do you do? Right? It's always about what you do. I want to know what you do because I already know what I do.
Yeah, we do that with conversation. God gives us a lot of examples of that in nature. Insects, bees, and ants that touch each other on their antennae. They're translating information, and then using that information for the community. And that's what we're doing in conversation with questions and conversation. We're receiving and we're giving, not just at the word level, but in body language, with our eyes. If he is engaging in conversation with me and I'm using all the same words, but I'm going like this,
For this?
like I want to get out of here. Some pretty powerful things are being communicated. Hey, John,
We're picking on John today.
nice shoes, right?
Thank you.
Okay. Hey, John, nice shoes. Two different things were just communicated, right? Same words.
Or you could have went, hey,
Same words.
hey, John. That communicated, hey. It's a whole different level of what we're communicating, right?
Same words.
And I tell you what, I like to say to the ladies a lot, that's a pretty outfit. That's a nice, you look nice today. Women love to hear you look nice today. Most of them are married and their husband forgets to tell them, you look nice today.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, that is the best icebreaker I've ever said. And I tell you, with men, I'll say, that's a fantastic shirt. That's a nice suit.
Yes, it is.
You're wearing floor shines. Are you kidding me? Yeah, I'm wearing floor shines. They went out of business. They're the best shoes I've ever had. I have had some amazing conversations with men over shoes.
Start from the ground up.
So anyway, what we're talking about is bridging. So do you understand bridging a lot better? So then let's qualifying.
Most important thing with bridging is to listen.
Yes, that's
What?
It's about Jim. I want to know about Jim. So I've met him now. I met him at the Starbucks. I've learned that he's a writer and he's got all this amazing stuff. He's public speaker. So that's qualifying. What do you mean by qualifying? What do I want to know now? First thing I want to know is, hey, you got a couple minutes? Is this a good time to talk with you?
Yeah.
Do you agree that's a good next step? Time management. The people you're speaking to, are they in a hurry? If he's doing this,
Always in a hurry.
if he's looking around, it might not be a good time. So you need to ask yourself the next step. Okay, I'm going to ask him, is this a good time? Because I don't want to blow this guy away. He said, you know what? I'm busy.
I actually asked him that, if he needed to get going.
Do you have a second? Do you have just a couple of minutes? I don't ever say anything longer than a couple. Hey, can I talk to you for 15 minutes and explain to
You
you?
have 3 hours free right now. If they do, you probably don't want to talk to them. Right? If they don't have much going on,
Right?
And you might be
they're not the kind of person you want to talk
And
to.
you might be concerned about thinking, yeah, what's this? Okay.
See, then you also don't want to talk to them either.
So the cheerleader
How do
on
I
the
get out?
yes, the cheerleader on the bleachers behind you now says, ask him if he's got 2 minutes. Yes, he's got 2 minutes. Great. You know what, Jim? I've been in business for over 20 years. I'm a business professional. I've seen a lot of amazing things come across my desk as a business professional, and a lot of them go away. But I'm currently involved with one right now that is a video communications company that promotes people like yourself. Would you like to promote yourself with video? It's the up and coming new trend.
Actually, I've just started making some videos, posting them on YouTube, so that's kind of cool.
That works really good.
Yeah.
How would you like to be able to post it in a fashion that's private labeled to yourself, that you don't have any distractions of YouTube?
That's what I want. That's exactly
Would
what
you
I
like to be able to send those in email
Conversation I had
form?
with him.
How's that ever thought? How'd you like to be able to send 5 of your emails and then redirect it to your website that promotes Jim?
I can't even think about that. I mean,
It's amazing, right?
well,
Is
yeah,
that
but I
really
don't.
simple?
I haven't even gone there in my
Okay,
imagination.
So
sounds cool.
I want to help share with you how you can promote yourself.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do, because I like to help people promote themselves. And I've got these amazing tools available to me, and you don't have to leave your home to do it.
See, this does not sound like a business opportunity, does it?
No, not at all.
No, but it is. There's a business opportunity in this.
We have our
But see, the
hands-
thing, this is why I'm excited about iWowie, because it's gonna make what I'm doing as a writer and a speaker bigger. Which, and I've, as a marketing consultant, I've gone to talk at conferences and conventions of network marketing companies, and told the folks, here's the most important thing to do: have a great experience with the products or services that y'all sell. And with that great experience, and a commitment to go crazy with it in the first 30 days, but create a story. So Will is telling me how I can use this for myself as a writer and a speaker. So he's not trying to subtly transition me out of what I'm doing into this great business opportunity, which I'm going to naturally resist.
You're being
He's
sold.
talking about how there is a company that has some cool stuff that could help me in my business, which then I can get excited about. And I'm an adult. I can think. I'm a sentient being. I'm smart. I know how to take my success and tell others about it. Come on. Can you do that too? You're smart enough to, right? So it's not about the business in what he's talking about. And this is what
Yeah,
kind of
exactly.
it's what I'm just telling you. Right now, I'm imagining just this conversation that we're having, and I'm thinking, this is just for me so far.
Right.
And that's how it ought to be for every conversation we have.
The resistance wall is here.
Absolutely.
Because he's got 4 cheerleaders on the
Right,
bench on the
right.
top going, what is
I'm
it?
scanning.
How do we do it?
I'm
It
scanning.
sounds really
I'm
cool.
scanning. I'm scanning
Right.
for anything in here
That
that
says
is
join.
join,
Right.
sign, do something other than what I'm doing now. It's going to take more time away. It's a detractor. I got to tell 100 people.
Oh, you said something that's huge. Take away more of my time. How many times have you heard me tell people, how can I help you be more efficient at what you currently do?
Yes, yes, yes.
Right? Can I help you be
Yes.
more efficient? There isn't a person out here that's interested in being more efficient. Can I help you be more efficient? The mortgage broker that had to be in 3 different places every day, that could now spend an hour of his day becoming more efficient. He was excited.
A tool, here's a phrase, a tool that can leverage your time. There's a dollar sign somewhere in there, isn't
There
there?
is, yeah.
Everybody that's in any kind of sales or any kind of business, their time is money. Every minute you're spending, you're spending money.
And when I say that, a tool that can leverage your time, I'm kind of thinking phone script. When you're having a conversation with you, this is a tool that can leverage your time. Potentially, because I don't know for sure, but I really want to show it to you.
Yeah, so we've moved to qualify now. So I've qualified him, right?
Mm.
Are you interested in something that can help you better use your time, promote yourself better, free marketing without all the advertisements and banners and all the things that are going to distract your prospect that's going to go to your site, right? Is that interesting to you? Would you like to be able to know that once that person's interested, you can now video chat with them? You don't have to leave your house and you can talk to that guy in New York. How about this? Let me really blow you away. How would you like to have a one-page document that you're really proud of, that you and the guy that's going to publish it for you in New York could be video chatting at the same time and bring that up?
Right,
How would you like to see that?
Looking at it and
Exact same
critiquing it, discussing it,
No,
maybe
let's
even
change it.
video tweaking it. Yeah.
Online collaboration, is that important to you?
Now see, maybe it's not. But he asked, and so I can say no.
It's a qualifier.
Or I can say, I don't know, I really don't know much about that.
But the video, so you make your own videos. He makes his own
Right.
videos, right? So
Yes.
check this out. So Jim, you make your own videos. How would you like to play a video and talk to your editor at the same time? Because your editor doesn't have to download it. He can just look at your video real quick and say, oh, hey Jim, tweet this. And then you tweak it, and then you look at it again, and then you send him a final copy.
In his own time,
that he could green
maybe you
screen.
can't have a phone conversation because your schedule and his schedule don't meet, but you
Exactly.
can send that in an email. Ooh, I like that.
That's part of what we do. All right, so now we've done qualifying. Now, I went past qualifying a little bit into explaining. I explained our product to him. He wanted to know more about what it was. So that's where I started getting, how would you like to be able to see a video? How would you like to see? So I explained it, right? So then we're going to go to close. Okay, this is the part where I say, what kind of a close? Am I going to close you for a phone call? Am I going to close you for a follow-up? Am I going to close you for a meeting in person? Right? How would you like to elaborate on that with our group? Because I've done it several different ways in front of them. So what do you think would be, for him, he's local, right? So here we go. Close. What do you think would be the most important close for me to share with you? I know what I would do, so I'm not going to elaborate it because I would like them to see a fresh perspective.
When I hear the word close, I think of the book that Tom Hopkins wrote almost, 30 years ago, How to Master the Art of Selling. And the most powerful 2 words that I got from that book, and I memorized all of his closes. But if you don't get these 2 words, and even if you memorize all the closes and you do them right, but you don't obey these 2 words, you will fail. You want to know what the 2 words are, or maybe we're out of time?
Let's do that.
Send it to the video email.
yeah, send it in a video email like that. The 2 words are really simple. Will you promise me that you will obey these 2 words before I tell you what they are? Because you know what? I'm really serious about this. It is serious. Will you obey these 2 words?
Yes.
Because you haven't been. I know you haven't been. Here they are.
Yeah.
Here they are. Here they are. Shut up. Those are the 2 words. Shut up. When you get to the end of the close, which ends with a question mark, usually, can
Can I have 2 minutes of your time?
see, he just shut up, which gives me the opportunity. It's now the weight of this whole thing is on me answering it.
That was close.
So that's a close. If he doesn't shut up and instead says, do you have 2 minutes of your time? Because if you don't, I could understand that. I know everybody's busy. I'm busy. That guy walking over there, he's busy. Look at that bird. That's a busy bird.
Exactly.
If he keeps talking and doesn't shut up, there's never going to be an opportunity for me to say, yeah, I got a couple minutes. Shut up.
No.
Can you do that? Okay.
Is this a good time? Do you have 2 minutes? Could we get together again? Would you like to see more? Would you like to see more? Here's my phone script really fast. Hey John, this is Will. I got your phone number. It came across my desk as a professional business person, such as myself. And if you're interested, I'd like to spend just 2 minutes with you to explain a little bit more about how I can promote your business with an amazing video tool. Do you have 2 minutes?
I do.
That's one of 50 that I use. Sometimes I'll be like, hey dude, what's up? I just got your number, you know, we kind of know each other because we're friends, and Albert said give you a call. You know what, I've been in business for 20 years, I've seen some amazing things, and this thing came across my desk, and I knew it was something that you'd be interested in. You got 2 minutes, I can explain it to you. That was the kickback, cutback. You know, there's a lot of these.
Now, Will said, if you're interested, they might not be interested. This is where, but this is where the how are you doing comes into play. Potentially, depending on your relationship with the person. You might not be sharing enough with them in this conversation for them to be interested. So what could be an alternative to, are you interested in getting together, or using the word interest in setting that appointment? That alternative might be a word, this word, willing. They might not be interested, but at least maybe they're willing. If you're willing to meet or something like that.
Well, I use interested on purpose because it's vague and a lot of us use it.
It could be interchangeable though, folks. I'm just saying, I'm throwing a word in there that
Right.
could be a good word to put in depending on the situation. That's all.
Interested for me is a don't. See, that's why I did it on purpose. See, because I know he's a professional, he's created scripts, and he critiqued me gently in front of you, saying, I wouldn't have you ever used interested. Hey, John, I got a business that I've seen that's amazing. If you could give me 2 minutes of your time, I'd like to share it with you. Are you interested in making it? Well, I would use interested, but do you have time to listen to 2 minutes of my presentation?
Yeah, would you be willing to
spend a few minutes with me?
Willing.
Would you be willing to spend a few minutes with me? Yeah.
Is this a good time to do that? That's a little higher level close. Is this a good time for that right now? This is amazing. This is incredible. Hey, John, if I could show you how you could promote your insurance business and get better retention and have a client that's going to reach back to you, can I just share that with you for 2 minutes? 2 minutes is my magic number. I like to tell people, hey, I got something I want to show you. It's going to take 2 minutes of your time. Can I have it?
Something that's kind of, this is a quick fast forward to that meeting, but I don't want to leave this behind while it's while it's in my mind.
Yeah, I got the same thing.
You have that meeting, and okay, you've had the meeting. You've consumed the amount of time that you promised. Now, depending on how the get together is going, your time together is going, what do you say at that half-hour point, that 10-minute point, or whatever point in time you said this? You've asked for permission. Do you have this amount of time? Whatever that figure is. If it's 10 minutes, 20, or 30, you need to be aware of that much time passing so that you honor them.
Right.
And you're saying, I honor the relationship, I honor your time, all that kind of stuff. What do you say?
Would you like to see more?
Sherman, you know what? I asked you for 15 minutes. I so appreciate that time that you've given me. You know, we're coming right up on that 15 minutes. If I've presented this information to you clearly, you understand it, right? Is there something you need to see more that I've missed?
Well, I tell you what, I gotta make a phone call at 4 o'clock. If we schedule something, I got a few minutes. Let me make this call.
This is something you want to pursue,
But see,
right?
it's giving Sherman the opportunity to
Right.
have that.
Right. And I like to close them a little more in my conversation with, because my cheerleaders are going, ask him if he's interested.
Right.
Is this something you want to pursue? Do you see yourself using these tools? Because I don't want to waste your time for another 15 minutes unless you can't see yourself
I'm
using
interested. I
what I
want to see
have.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. There you go. Yes?
How you guys doing on time? You guys want to get out of here?
I need to one.
Okay.
Yeah. I actually
Appreciate it.
got a graduation party.
You guys have been great, all right? And thanks to him again for helping. This is powerful. You guys, I wanted to say one more thing. Slow down.
Yeah.
Along with shut up, it's slow down.
Yeah.
You get someone on the phone, don't be so excited you can't talk. Just slow down for a second. Hey, Louise, thank you for taking my call today. You know what? You're someone I've been trying to contact you for a week, and I'm grateful. I'd love to get with you today at 2 o'clock at the DoubleTree. Can that work for you? Great. Can you bring Sandy and John with you as well? Because this is something I want to share with them. So we can utilize our time really good. Can you bring the two of them with you? Because it's going to be a good time. That's how I like to present it. Calm down, don't be so excited. And also, one more thing, don't be vague with iWowing. There is a culture that's been
need to be.
happening with people that have been vague. Oh my God, I got this amazing opportunity, and if you could just come to this meeting on Thursday, you're gonna get blown away. Well, guess what? If I meet you on Monday, and you have that, and on Tuesday I meet you on accident, and Thursday hasn't showed up, there's a really good chance that I might bring that person into the business because I will stop and I will present it, and they will like it, and they will join, and then you'll go, that was my person I talked to Todd on Monday.
Yeah.
I didn't even know you talked to Todd on Monday, but guess what? It's Thursday. He didn't make it to the meeting, but I ran into him on Starbucks on Wednesday. And he says, oh my God, Jim, this is amazing. Throws a credit card at me and signs up. Now you're mad at me? Wait a minute.
Because you didn't tell them
You make sure.
Remember how I said that the person told me that there's the 5 letters that are the biggest obstacle to you succeeding in this business? It's really not that. It's whatever number of letters there are in your name. You are the only potential obstacle to you being wildly successful with this company. And that's pretty cool.
All right, guys.
Thank
Thank you. Hey, also, sorry. In this room, if you guys can, I hate to ask for it, but for those of you that are Iowa reps, if we could maybe leave like $5 or a couple of bucks to help pay for the room. It's not horribly expensive, but it's conveniently located, and that just helps us all. A couple $5. If you can, don't sweat it, but we just like to ask for a couple bucks. Just it costs us like.
Hey, Will, how do I turn this off?
Push the record button. Make sure.